Dire team pick.
Welcome back, guys. Thanks for sticking around as long as you have. We got another 2 hours and 10 minutes to go, and I'm glad you're with me. This has been a lot of fun. I'm glad everything started to pick back up. So thank you for talking with me. Thanks for sticking around. Once again, just in case you have absolutely no idea how you got here, this is the eSpot Dota2 Rare Challenge. We are currently in the middle of day 2, and yeah, so you were watching some late casts I'm running. Otherwise, tomorrow morning, or roughly about 6. We've got about 17 hours from now.
10 seconds.
We will continue with tomorrow's live games. But until then, we're just going to be recasting some games that didn't get a chance to be casted live earlier today. So hopefully you're having fun. I went ahead and looked at the matches that have all been played today, and I tried to find a game that wasn't going to be too stompy. I don't know who won this game. I have no clue whatsoever, but I did do a quick judge based off of the items, based off the length of the game, that this may or may this should not be a stompy game. At least I don't believe it will be. This should be very interesting, and I hope we're going to have some fun with it. So now that we've got it loading, if you like what we're doing, follow the Twitch stream. If you like what I'm doing, I would love it if you followed my actual Twitch account. I'm over at twitch.tv/NinjaChris098. If you follow me over there, what you're going to see are a bunch of pub games recommended to me over from the Dota2 cast it area, as well as you're going to see any pug games and competitions that people are asking me to cast live, as well. So nothing nearly as official than this, but that is my official channel. I'd love to have you over there. It'd be a lot of fun. So if you happen to subscribe or follow me, I should say, that'll be a lot of fun as well. Nonetheless, we do have a decent game being started right now between C4 Dota and infamous Psychopaths. So right now, fortunately, we do have a Tinker band out. Tinker Brewmaster on C4, as well as the Doom and the Marana being taken out by infamous Psychopaths. So great starts all around on both sides. Some big powerhouses being taken out, making sure that the game isn't going to be too stompy. Also, we have an AA, a Tide, and a Dazzle removed.
Reserve time.
Infamous Psychopaths, on the other hand, they've picked up a Carl and they've picked up a Clockwork, so I love Clockwork Initiation. This is going to be so much fun to watch hooks of. We even have a Treant Protector and we have a Bristleback, so at least we've got the tank and we have the support on the C4. And likewise, we have an Invoker and a Clockwork, so we're going to have the Invoker mid. I should have picked up water. I forgot to pick water. I have no water. Yeah, so we're just going to wait for... I do like the potential going on with the Invoker and the Clockwork hooks. So those are going to make some nice little sun strikes. Likewise, Treant's going to be right there helping his buddies out. And Bristleback's just going to be tanking the whole thing. So nobody's really going to be able to get away from any fights, which is going to be fun. So once infamous Psychopath starts a fight, C4 looks like they're going to do whatever they can to finish it. I'm already liking this team comp on both sides. We have you don't see a whole lot of early game synergy or early pick synergy going on. Oh, I'm out of caffeine. I picked this up specifically for today. I picked up one of those Mio Energy Enhancer liquid water things, and I bought it specifically for this weekend, but I decided to try it out, and I ended up using up the whole bottle.
Dire team pick.
Makes for a very sad Chris. We've seen a Shadow Shaman removed from the game, so neither team really wanted, well, at least C4 Dota, not wanting to see any push potential. Depending on where the Invoker may choose to go, he might just pick up the early the creeps and just push lanes. Rubik, interesting.
Radiant team pick.
Not sure what they want to pick up from a Clockwork or an Invoker. It's not like the Invoker is going to be nearby to do to be focused on, or to pick up spells from. And Clockwork, likewise, you're not going to see him coming until it's too late. So the best thing you can really pick up from a clock is the early game cogs. Nonetheless, that's given the cue to Infamous to not
10
pick up
seconds remaining.
some big powerhouses, which may on its own actually help out. Waiting for Psychopaths to make pick up their second pick.
Sand King.
Ooh, we have a jungling Sand King.
Dire team pick.
Continuing to make life for Rubik hell. And just continuing to wait. This is where Chris shows he's a bad caster, because I'm actually trying to figure out what I should be talking about at this point. You know, I actually tried to be a little bit more prepared. I tried to set up a system
10 seconds
where
remaining.
I could actually find out ahead of a game about who the captain
5
was,
seconds
who
remaining.
played the support roles, or what were certain players' highest picked heroes. But unfortunately, because perhaps the rules of the tournament, absolutely everybody have their profile set to private. So I can't find out anything from any of these players except for what they've already played during these tournaments. So hopefully tomorrow I'll actually have some stats to show off while we're waiting for everything to start up. And I think that might make casting a little bit more professional. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Either way, we now have a Shadow Fiend and yet another Skywrath Mage picked up. Just so much nuke damage, especially with the Invoker and the
10
Clockwork.
seconds remaining.
Sand King and Clockwork setting up some great damage.
5 seconds remaining.
Skywrath and Invoker finishing it off. Nonetheless, they have to be able to get into that powerhouse pit situation first.
5 seconds
which is
remaining.
where C4 Dota kicks in. Shadow Fiend, Treant, Bristleback, and Rubik. Ooh, actually that Rubik's going to have a great job stealing the Sand King ultimate, the Skywrath ultimates. Those are going to be fun picks for a nice little Rubik. Let's see if he can actually get some, huh? So,
10 seconds remaining.
Waiting for the next set of bans on Infamous Psychopaths, playing the Radiant side.
5 seconds remaining.
They're going to have to do a decent job actually shutting down that the Roshan area.
Time.
Because if I'm not mistaken, the Bristleback and the Shadow Fiend are going to really want to try and take on that. Well, not really want, but they're going to have a better chance of taking on Roshan earlier than, say, Infamous Psychopaths. But I could be wrong. So hopefully they focus. Hopefully with the Infamous, they're going to work on the mid-tier 1. They're going to work on the bot tier 1. They're going to remove that vision, give themselves some space, give them some apply some pressure. All the while, C4, I would have to say they're going to have to do a good job of denying that early game bottom jungle. They're going to need to get some sentry wards and observer wards on Rubik. They're going to have to go down there and stop that jungle. So, because of that, I'm going to have to say Bristleback off lane, Treant, Rubik, Shadow Fiend in the easy lane, in their hard lane on Dire, bottom lane. And we're still looking for a mid. All the while, on the Radiant side, we've got the Invoker mid, obviously. Clockwork, you know, I'm not sure whether he would go. He would have to go hard lane. Support Skywrath, working with the Sand King in the easy lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Centaur War Runner.
No, Shadow Fiend easy mid.
Pick.
Easy mid. Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. Centaur hard lane. Bristleback, Treant, Rubik. Working that easy lane, but Centaur's going to have to do some work setting up those. Very interesting. I guess I just had it backward a little bit.
10 seconds remaining.
Waiting for the last pickup on Infamous Psychopaths. Waiting for that, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe just because Chris is tired, I might have, might not be actually catching who they're going to pick. Maybe it'll be an easy lane. Maybe it'll be a hard lane. No idea. What do you think?
Faceless Void.
Ooh. Continuing to see the Faceless picked up in this tournament. And Chris is totally going to nail the transition. Here we go. So, great little Faceless Void pickup. That's going to be a ton of fun to watch. Let's see if he can actually get it right. Get the perfect placement. Come on, Dyer. Nailed it.
Prepare for battle.
All right, so I was just checking over the video quality, trying to see if there's anything I could do to help out with that. That's so cute. So cute. So cute. Anyway, let's go over the lineups, shall we? Over on Infamous Psychopaths on the Sand King, we have Admiral Cap. We have Fungus OP on the Faceless Void. We have Clockwork. Okay, I thought they were being racist for a second. I don't know. I'm sorry. I am an American. I don't understand what they're saying, so forgive me. We have Clockwork with Divine Chicken. We have Skywrath Mage with wait what? We have Carl the Invoker as Nibla on C4. We have Treant Protector, Feature Farmer. We have the Bristleback with C4 Frozen. We have Babal on the Centaur War Runner. On the Shadow Fiend mid, we have Mistrek, and on the Rubik,
the battle begins.
We have Japanese. So, okay, sorry, I had to double check something really quick, otherwise I was going to get really worried really fast. Anyway, we have the Treant actually, a lot of defense, or excuse me, a lot of offense on the Dyer side, checking out this early game Carl. Tri-lane on the Radiant for the bottom lane. Actually, okay, so they are waiting to actually try and work on this Clockwork. They're going to try and get an early first blood. And there comes the slows. Are they going to get the kill? The Rubik actually pulling it back, continuing to drop cogs, slowing them down as best they can, but if they're not careful, this Treant's actually going to get... Okay. Treant did get out, just ever so barely. And the Clockwork dropping down to the Bristleback. Very well played, Dyer. Very well played. Back in the middle lane, we have the Shadow Fiend continue to pick on this Carl. And not really a whole lot else working right now. Everybody else just setting up the lanes. No, I'm wrong. Centaur War Runner taking a lot of damage. If we're not careful, this will be a quick blood given over to the Radiant as well. Stop, Centaur, or don't stop. Keep running. You're not out of the woods yet. So, nonetheless, the creeps decided to return to their lane. And, yeah, everybody else is going for a reset. Continuing the try-on-one action in both lanes, bottom and top.
Oh, you fancy it now, do ya?
Bristleback getting... Actually, let's go ahead and switch over to the last hit denies. We got 8 and 8 on the Dyer. So, overall, not too big of a swing, but it is worth knowing that the Dyer have the early game advantage when it comes to the gold. We're actually already up 750 gold on the Dyer, and only about 200 XP. So really, I mean, obviously, we're 2 minutes in. There's not that big of a deal. Treant absolutely guarding this regen rune with his life. And actually, we do have the gank coming in, and they're going to start going on top of the Carl, who's actually going to rotate down to down the water. And now we actually have some return aggression on top of the Treant. Protection caught way out of position, and that's one dead Treant. Boom. Nonetheless, the Shadow Fiend continuing to just completely feed up. Actually, no, he's going to get the kill on the Invoker first. Who's going to get the kill? Oh, wow. 23 health gets that Shadow Fiend out of the fight. boy, oh boy. I didn't expect that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
3 kills out of that. Very interesting start. Very well played on the Dire. They did get lucky, and the Shadow Fiend even picks up the regen rune, so we didn't even have to worry about it. Sand King continuing to try and work on this Treant, but the Shadow Fiend is going to catch him all out of position, and there goes potentially a quick Invoker. Oh boy, he completely biffs that Shadow Raise. Stopping the health pot though, and he gets the Ghost Walk off. And just waiting for there's something to pick up. The Invoker trying to get away, but if he's not careful.
Double damage.
Centaur picking it off. Unfortunately, the Invoker just doing whatever he can to run. He did get the Cold Snap. Excuse me. He did use his Ghost Walk, getting out just in time. And in that very strange predicament, obviously no deaths happening on either side. Dire getting the massive lead for obvious reasons, not just because of the kills, but also because take a look at the last hits. They're vastly in the lead right now. 1,500 gold on their side, 1,500 XP, but 4.5 minutes in.
Tower is under attack.
Top lane, we got some picks going on top of the Clockwork. Who's able to fight back? The Treant actually helping out the Bristleback. And Clockwork, if you're not careful, you're gonna. Nope, he can't get lifted up just yet. Not that he knows. But nonetheless, not a whole lot of. Actually, we have a lot of aggression, but no pickoffs coming anywhere really. So actually, no, we just have some tower work, but nothing really special. Boy, oh boy, I have 3 camera views. As close as humanly possible, and as far as humanly possible. And even farther than humanly possible. Shadow Fiend getting a ton of last hits. Completely shutting down this Carl. He's only got 4 right clicks. This is not okay. Last hits. And the Shadow Fiend just keeps blowing everything up. He's working on a gloves, what's it called? A Midas. It appears to be. So, that's not Shadow Fiend. Faceless Void finishing off his early boots. And just waiting for something else to be picked off here. Nothing truly special. Rubik pulling the lane back, taking a little bit of poison damage from the creep camp, but nothing overly spectacular. So what are we going to expect late game? I definitely think that IPS have the better late game advantage, but only if C4 don't get... So let me take a step back there. Actually, the Centaur just picked off the Skywrath Mage. And if the Centaur isn't careful, he's actually going to get picked off by the Centaur, the Faceless Void as well.
Invisibility.
Are they going to let him go? No, he's going to TP out, but do we have a stun? We don't have a stun. Good try. He had a 15% chance, but he didn't even get one attempt on it. So that would have been a very interestingly dead Centaur. At least, where's the Faceless? He didn't have anything to his name yet. So I got to take it back. C4 are absolutely up on the kills right now. They're getting their early game advantage, which are going to help their massive tank potential just blow off. Just completely blow up. Especially with that Treant, who, how many... Okay, so he's only got level 2 right now. He's working on his living armor, so it's not all that potent right now. But overall, once he gets that early level, what, 7 I think it usually is, where he gets the living armor at full level. By that point, since C4 have got such an early game advantage, I will say that the C4 are probably gonna... I don't know. It's way too early to tell. I shouldn't be talking like this that early. But they have a Bristleback, they have a Centaur, they have a Shadow Fiend, and they're up 6 kills. So, waiting for the game to continue. Here we go. Let's have some fun. Time for some Dota. And lane's pulled. We even have a TP coming back in from the middle lane where the Clockwork just picked off the Shadow Fiend. Sorry, guys. My bad. Up in the top lane, we actually have a potential Clockwork. Going to pick on the Rubik a little bit. He's only level 4, strange enough. But then again, he's only got 9 last hits. So Bristleback rotating back into the lane, trying to work on the
Do it with
Clockwork.
59.
Actually, they're going to work on him. Nope, they are not. They're just going to scare him out of the lane. Treant back in the middle lane. Shadow Demon finishing off his very early Midas. That's going to be very greedy. It's a very beautiful setup. And of course I would miss it. Centaur getting picked off, though, by the Faceless Void. Sorry, guys. My bad. I'm trying to keep my eyes all over the map. I'm just being completely unlucky right now. But of course I am. Bristleback being a complete punk and killing Clockwork without my permission. Back in the middle lane, we do have a Shadow Fiend continuing to work on this middle lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Got to completely whiff a Shadow Raise. There's one, getting one of them. Just waiting for something else to be picked up. As a matter of fact, we do have an illusion rune where the Shadow Fiend is going to finish off his bottle charges. Actually, he doesn't really need to. Getting his bottle. Actually, we do have some fights going on. The Faceless Void in the bottom lane. Centaur picking off. He's trying. Almost gets him, but it's not going to work. Level 8 versus level 8. Tank versus tank. Shadow Fiend desperately trying to land a Shadow Raise. Especially because, wow, full level Shadow Raises, to be honest. Even with level 8. I guess that's all he's got, right?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Excuse me. So, right now, other than... Actually, we do have some initiation coming down on top of the Shadow Fiend. And we even have the Skywrath Mage rotating in. They might even get a kill out of this. He's going to be slowed down. Nonetheless, the Living Armor's Treant's Living Armor going to help him out. And the Clockwork trying to do whatever he can to help out his buddy. Nonetheless, Ghost Walk being kicked in because we do have an Invoker running invisibility at this point. Nonetheless, Dire going to get out. No kills. Sorry, Radiant. Nice rotate, but not going to do you any good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Shadow King, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Sand King picking off the War Runner? Okay, I got confused because I was actually listening to the Shadow Fiend raises. I'm off my game at this point. You guys are just going to have to deal with my mistakes at this point. I'm trying my best, but I'm missing these kills. I don't mean to, but I'll do a better job, I promise.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It shouldn't be this difficult to miss kills, or to catch kills. Nonetheless, we do have a rotation coming back from the Centaur War Runner, forcing the Faceless Void back out of the lane. And we do have some initiation back in the middle lane. Was it the Skywrath? No, okay, I thought it was the Invoker took a raise. Actually, no, we have the Sand King working on top of the Shadow Fiend, who's going to do a nice little setup. What is it? Burrow Strike with the Shadow Fiend working on a Shadow Raise. Everybody's healed. Everybody's backing out. But unfortunately, this did mean that without a kill, the Sand King was able to show off that he now has a Blink Dagger.
Denied.
Haste!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nice little rotation back onto the bottom lane. Admiral Cap coming back in. Pushing back against the... actually, no, we have a Centaur War Runner. He's going to get pot out by the Faceless Void and his ultimate continuing to be stunned and take a little bit of extra damage. I don't know if he's going to get out of this, but he absolutely is going to take a lot of damage in the process. What did the Rubik steal? He stole Sandstorm. Cue the do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bristleback finishing off his Vanguard. Little bit extra tank going on him. Clockwork all the while. Really just finishing off a nice little bracer. Nothing special.
Attack.
Shadow Fiend in a working on the middle lane.
Structures are fortified.
And let's see if we
Radiant's
actually have a
middle
nice little
tower is
hook coming
under
in
attack.
from this Clockwork. I would have loved to have seen him grab and hold onto that Bristleback in the middle lane.
Here.
And sorry, that's really okay. It is going to scare him off. but nothing truly special. I almost got it. Invoker taking out the Centaur War Runner here.
Bottom tower is
And that's going to be a nice little tier 1 for the Radiant.
Structures are fortified.
Not before the Skywrath actually gets taken out by the tower. He's going to get his life saved, fortunately, to that one nice little health pot. And why is there a creep here? How did that get pulled all the way into lane? Very funny. Nonetheless, back up in the top line, we have Divine Chicken working on Frozen. Shadow Fiend finishing off his mechanism.
I think not.
And yeah, not a whole lot else going on right now. Everybody else waiting. Taking a step back. Faceless Void finishing off what I'm going to say. Vladimir's? No. Mask of Madness. I'm dumb. Chris, you know better than that. Holy crap. Big lane. The Bristleback getting picked a little bit, but the Invoker's taking so much damage. The Skyrat, the Sand King's got to have to help him out, but he's choosing not to. Bristleback getting the kill because the Sand King just like, no, screw you guys. Clockwork taking a ton of damage. He's going to drop down as well. Well played, Bristleback. Getting 2 kills out of that.
What are you on about?
And they're not done. Rubik picking up the nice little cogs that time, but I was a little confused because Clockwork was down, but Rubik getting him.
Middle tower
All the while, they're continuing just to push in lanes like nobody's business. Centaur, sorry, I'm clicking on the map in the wrong spot. Centaur does get out just barely against the Skywrath Mage. And there goes the tier 1 mid.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So 1,500 gold, 1,750 gold on the Centaur War Runner. And what's he going to be working on? Blink Dagger? I'm thinking he's working on an early game Blink Dagger. Smoke's coming up on both sides, interestingly enough. Where are we going to see that early game? Excuse me, when are we going to see the Smoke Ganks? It's got to be soon, hopefully.
Radiant's bottom tower
Actually,
is
this
under
courier
attack.
might get caught out of guard. He's going to get spotted out. Very smart jukes coming out from the Dire Courier. Unfortunately, giving away that Shadow Demon just a little too soon. They're going to try and split targets. He can't speed up just yet. He's got 5 seconds until he can do so. But Dire are able to get their Courier out. Very well played, whoever was guarding that Courier. Missed. Actually, no. We're going to have a return initiation with the Sand King on top of the Shadow Fiend. Big rotation coming back in from the Bristleback. Nope, Rubik coming in. He's going to get blasted in the air. What's he stealing? Tornado. And he's going to get out no problem after using it as himself. Very well played, Rubik. Saving your buddy's life with a nice little steal. Up in the top lane, we have a battle of the... And here comes the pause. There we go. Strategic pauses, guys. Yeah. I'm going to give my... I'm not going to talk for a minute. I'm going to wait until the game is on pause. I'm going to give my voice a small break. Alright, game is returned. Time to kill Chris's voice. We do have the Centaur returning in the Faceless Void in the bottom lane. And pretty much everybody else running on the middle lane. Except for the tanks, of course. But we have a 3-on-3 in the middle. Actually, Sand King getting picked on a little bit. He's going to take a lot of damage. Not sure why he's in back. Skywrath, excuse me, Bristleback. Interesting. All right. Interesting little stat pauses. Bristleback taking out the clockwork in that top lane while we have the rest of the fight in the middle lane. Skywrath getting picked off, 2 on the side of the Radiant, and there goes the do-do-do-do-do coming in from the Sand King before he gets picked off himself. So 4 down on the Radiant. Good try, but Dire absolutely smoking them just now. Not a whole lot is going on. We're going to check out the Centaur in the bottom lane, but he's not going to be picking it too much. There we go. Now we have a nice little Faceless Void ultimate. Waiting for that one. Doesn't matter. Centaur's not going to take nearly... Okay, there. Take it back. He's going to get helped out by the Sand King and finally get that kill. And they're going to continue initiating on top of the Treant. He's going to take a lot of damage, but it looks like the Rubik's going to die first. No, actually some great little jukes. They keep switching targets due to the problems. Nice little invisibility. Clockwork getting the hook, getting the Shadow Fiend. Lots of damage. This is going to be an absolutely toasted Skywrath Mage. Well played, Radiant. 2 down, 3 down on the Radiant. On the Dire, excuse me.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Well played, Radiant. Getting a nice little 3 kills out of that, all the while Bristleback hitting the kill on the tower at the very top lane. So, Radiant getting some kills out of that fight, but ultimately it was a nice little trade from what they had earlier. And ultimately,
top tower is under attack.
Right now we're just worrying about the towers. Every tier, well, excuse me, most of the tier 1's down on the side of the Radiant. This is going to cause a lot of problems later.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So,
Radiant structures are fortified.
My voice is biting the dust now. Invoker actually picking off the Centaur Warrunner. Where? Oh, the Carl. Okay. I missed it while I'm fading here, guys. I'm fading out. My voice is starting to bite the dust. I said I was going to go 8 hours, but depending on how my voice holds out, I need to be able to do an 8-hour game tomorrow, 8-hour marathon tomorrow, or as long as I can. I can't afford to let my voice die out tonight. So, depending on how it goes, I may choose to cancel again. But, until then, we do have more rotation coming back into the Radiant, pushing back against the Tier 2. We even have a teleport coming back in from the Centaur in the middle lane. So, actually we have Faceless Void dropping down on top of the Centaur Treant. He's going to melt very quickly. Pops his ultimate. Is he going to get away? He doesn't have any points in his queue. Don't go back in. What? I don't know what to tell you about. Pro Dust, I guess. That was stupid. Centaur Warrunner actually taking out the Skywrath Mage in the middle lane. They're going to keep working on the Carl. He's going to get lifted in the air, drop back down, massive damage, and he's going to barely get away. 30 health. No, he's not. Centaur's going to finish him off right before the Sand King actually drops an ult for a single kill. Further work going on top of the Clockwork, who's going to get picked off. No! Actually, they're going to turn it around. Actually, the Shadow Fiend's going to pick up the clock. And then we have...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nice try, but no cigar for both sides. And 3 for 2. Radiant getting the better side of that. And we're up 13-19. Let's take a look at the graphs. We're actually over closer to 10,000 gold on the side of the Dire and 5,000 XP. So, not to say that the Radiant can't come back from this, but they're absolutely in a little bit of a pickle early on. Blink Dagger into farming mode for the Sand King.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Everybody going right back to farming. Everybody going right back to work. I'm going to minimize talking. I hope you'll forgive me. My voice, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's actually starting to grow a little hoarse. I need it tomorrow, so I'm gonna slow down my talking a bit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Initiation on top of the Faceless Void. He's going to get picked up by the Invoker. And they're going to continue chasing. We've got all 5 on the Dire working on top of the Invoker, who did get dusted, and now he's going to take a lot of damage, drop down to the Bristleback. They did not see the Faceless Void, but he doesn't have any mana for anything. He's going to teleport out unless they see him. Yeah, they're not going to catch him in time.
Bottom tower is under
Whiffed,
attack.
Shadow Rays by that
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Shadow Fiend. Clockwork absolutely missing with that rocket. 13 to 20 on the side of the Dire. Breaching 10,000 gold and over 5,000 XP now. And now we even have a BKB. Something. I would think a BKB on the Shadow Fiend.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You heard it from the announcer. Everybody on the Dire taking a couple steps back. Looks like they want to go in for the Roshan, which is exactly like I was saying earlier. IPS just needed to get rid of that mid-tier 1, bot tier 1, and deny C4 that vision and possibility. They weren't able to do it, and now they're going to pay for it with a Roshan death. As a matter of fact, I'm a little surprised the stream hasn't actually dropped.
Roshan has
there we go.
To the Dire.
Just in time to actually slow down the Skywrath Mage and give him some finish. They're going to pick on top of the Skywrath. There he goes, down to the Centaur War Runner. They're going to continue initiation on top of the Invoker, who is going to be picked off by... No, actually, that's the tree, and she's going to get picked off first by the... Nope, Faceless Void's not going to get the kill. And double dropping on the Radiant side. 3 down on the Radiant, and absolutely nothing lost on the Dire. This is Dire's opportunity to push in the bottom lane. Looks like they're going to do so. They're waiting for that one creep to take a step forward, give them that 15 seconds of backdoor protection.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And it's melting like a chocolate bar in heat. There it goes. I didn't even catch who picked up the Aegis.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Okay, it was the Bristleback, so just tank upon tank here.
Dire's top
2 still down on the side of the Radiant. They're going to push in to see if they can take a very quick set of racks. Invoker is back into the fight. I don't know if Faceless... No, Faceless doesn't have an ultimate. We do have a Shadow Fiend, Skywrath Mage ultimate being popped. Not doing a whole lot of damage. Bristleback pushing in. He's going to be completely caught out of position at this point. He's tanking all the damage. He is going to go down very quickly. There he goes. Doesn't matter. Aegis being popped. Rubik taking quite a bit of sand damage. He's going to die very quickly, though. Invoker getting the kill. Not before after that, he dies to the Centaur. And Faceless dropping 2 for 2. BKB being popped on the Shadow Fiend. And if they decide to, well, actually it looks like they're going to go for further kills. They're going to absolutely destroy the Skywrath. And there goes the tier 3 bottom lane. And here comes sand, but not a whole lot else. Actually, we have initiation from the Clockwork. Taking a ton of damage, not before the Centaur finishes them off, though.
My name shall live on.
Okay, 580 gold being spread out amongst the Radiant team. Simply because, I don't know, maybe, was it a tower hit? Shadow Fiend taking a lot of damage. Waiting for the Sand King, who just unfortunately doesn't have any extra mana. We do have rotations coming in. So Radiant just, Dire, they split up their objectives. And there we go. Actually, no, Bristleback actually getting the kill on the Sand King. Wow, what is this clowny madness? 3 down on the side of the Radiant. Currently. Simply because of some strange Bristleback quills. So, nonetheless, I have to say that the Dire didn't make the right decision. They chose to chase a little too far, and ultimately they didn't get a set of racks out of it. So, what did you do? Faceless Void giving away an ultimate to the Rubik and for nothing whatsoever. He did nothing but stop his Invoker, buddy. Doesn't mean he's not going to try and pick on him a bit. Waiting for the ultimate to be popped on this Rubik. Come on, man. Drop it on the Faceless. I don't know if it works on top of the Faceless. Oh, he does. Okay. Well, I mean, he can walk out himself anyway. Being pushed back by the Invoker. They're going to continue focusing on him. Skywrath ultimate popping down, doing not a whole lot of damage, but it is potentially going to pick off the Dream Protector. Ruby getting lifted to the air. There goes the Invoker. Big slams coming down. And they're going to continue working on the Clockwork, who does not have anything to help him out of this fight now, other than the Clogs that did help him out. Is he going to get the kill? He does get the beautiful kill on top of the Rubik. And he's barely going to... No, he's not going to get out. Nice little slap coming in, and he's going to drop down to the Sky Wrath very quickly. Yes, there he goes. Nonetheless, we do see a lot of the creeps getting pushed right into the bottom lane, forcing the Radiant's middle tower to take a couple of steps back. All the while, Shadow Fiend pushing into the middle lane.
Middle tower is under attack.
And Shadow Fiend choosing not to play too greedy, but I don't see why he wouldn't, because right now they've got such an advantage. Actually, he's choosing just to go farm up some creeps. Sorry, I don't know what you guys are going to be able to do against this Bristleback. He's so tanky right now. Slow is being applied to the Sand King. They're going to